Let's start recording. Right. Sorry, go
Can
for
people
it.
still hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Oh,
We're just choking
Sam's
busy.
connection has also
That's fair.
completely gone, and so he says, "Hit what the bed, go on without me." So he might be back, he might not be.
I can do some A-Bard roleplay if he just needs to be himself. I think I have his sheet somewhere as well.
Right, sorry, guy. Go for it, please.
Okay, so yeah, my notes are a bit rough, but we left the last session at the top of Mount Hope now in Altus Safe House. While we were there, though, Kurahi spoke to us in his spy form. I don't have a note of what he said. I don't know if anybody does. But it was
Personal
something to do with
insult, potentially. Yeah.
we'd collected all of the vestiges, and they were happy with that because we'd gone to the effort of collecting them for them, whoever it is.
Oh yes,
the fish
the
people,
Zentarium / fish people.
Yeah. So while we didn't know what to do with Kurahi, but we ended up agreeing to put him in Zephyros's tower. So Zephyrus came and picked us up, just walking in the front door. All very easy. We agreed to lock Kurahi up for safekeeping in the top of the tower. We moved Evora into the tower as well for safekeeping, and Cyric stayed behind or stayed with her to look after her. We had that session in the Hotnow safe house with the maze, with the pieces, and when we picked up the pieces, we got sort of flashes of an event, like
Got visions from them, didn't we?
Yeah, little bits of visions each time we picked them up. And then we also remembered that when we were in Roaring Horn's estate, I think it was, we had a letter from Roaring Horn that told us that the Eye of the Allfather, where all the vestiges can be combined to gain the power of the Oracle, would be where we should head. So we went back onto the... it's also because I was the only one with the notes, as it turned out.
No, I do have notes, I just...
no, as in I was the only one who had kept that.
Oh, with that note, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that specific note. So we went back onto Zephyrus's castle, and that's where my notes ran out. Did we end the session there? Or did we? No, we briefly popped back to Neverwinter.
Yeah, I can take
speeches.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we traversed the corridors with Baldric Center, which was the other night, I believe, and we prepared defences in a forest near Zephyros Power, then imprisoned Kurahi while the war took rest. So yeah, we put Kurahi in a separate bit of the tower, didn't we? We went to Neverwinter, and we discussed for a while whether we were going to defend Neverwinter, journey north to the Wormskill throne, or go in the sea to try and find the portal of the Purple Rocks. Zephyros explained that only those with the vestiges can open the Oracle's power, so that's to do with the thingy's notes, the Eye of the Allfather. So we did pick up your grandfather's horse and Obard en route to Neverwinter. We did the rousing speeches. We saw the Frost Giant battalions on the way there. And actually my notes don't go that much farther either. We basically gave a bunch of different speeches and we started heading north. Is that right? As the rain started pitter-pattering.
We were heading north to the spine of the world, to the serpent's throne.
That's it, yeah. And we're going to throw a bunch of rocks down.
Bombing run.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. To confirm, you dropped Olbard off. Kurahi remains in the top of the tower.
Yep.
What would you like Sirac to do with Evora?
Ooh.
As long as he stays on, I think my advice to him would be to stay with Zephyros's castle. and just look after her should anyone, especially someone like Kurihi in his spy form, try anything. I guess Sirak can do a bit of a double job. He can bodyguard Kurihi and bodyguard
So you're bringing
Evora.
Sirak and Evora with you on the tower to the north.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. I think that's right? Does everyone agree with that? That Kurihi's still locked in the tower?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Where we go. Yeah.
Mm.
We did discuss other methods of disposal, but Finna made it quite clear that he wanted to keep him around.
Yeah, I don't think we need to
Be-
disembark them, do we? I think that's
or disembowel.
Or that. No, any of the disses. They can
We
remain.
did talk about putting him in what's called Unger's bag of holding, or at least putting it over his head. But we realised that might kill him, maybe, even though he's undead.
Yeah, it's a great area.
Not
Double
technically
kill.
undead.
Details.
It's technically mushroom.
Mushrooms don't need oxygen, though, do they, Jay?
No, we figured out they did.
Yeah, they respire. Yeah.
Which is why.
Oh, let's not open that can of worms again.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So. Oh, no, sorry. After your speech to the defenders of Neverwinter, you leave nervous faces, an army that has not seen war in its lifetime from the generation of prosperity that this city has endured. The more wizened faces may have defended these walls from bandits and thieves, but the looming threat of giants was an unimaginable one when the younger garrison signed up. So aboard Zephyros's tower once more, your sights set for the spine of the world, the furthest into the tundra of the north that you will have ever stepped. In the same direction.
Were we gonna drop the stones first?
We're gonna get to that.
We head to the spine. Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Ironically, this is likely the same direction from where Neverwinter's foe comes. A great army of frost giants led by Jarl Storvald. You've seen them from a distance, and you've set a detour to intercept and disrupt before you can complete your journey. The hum of Zephyros's tower, travelling through the skies once more, is fast becoming a welcome sound. The walls are strong, and despite the speed at which you travel, visible from the scenes of cloud and the western shoreline passing above and below you, Zephyros, in his kind of mid-flow. My friends, it will not be long until we come upon my frost kin. I would recommend that we prepare ourselves. I will focus on flying this tower and follow your instructions. And with this he opens his arms, pressing his hands together, a small white gasping from his closed palms before arching them out. A band of light passes around you all. A neural network will allow us to communicate, though for a short time. You tell me as I need to do. I will leave the rest to yourselves.
So, do we need to shout for this neural network to work?
The bond is opened between yourselves, and you find at commands you'll be able to speak to each other from a distance of around 120 feet. Enough for you to navigate the base of the cloud. And still keep contact with each other and Zephyros himself.
Well, this is splendid. And Charlie, you're on mute.
I think he's speaking to someone else.
Well, so quiet, Hunger.
Go.
Oh, Hunger. Oh no, he's speaking to someone else, I guess. Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, he is. So the high road that you follow was where this adventure began, and where you first met Zephyros. You met this giant wizard. Its well-travelled track below, like a dusty trail passing through hills and grasslands, small woodlands, and cliff edges next to the Sea of Swords. And so, I will give you a moment before inevitably you come into the contact with the army that you pursue, to prepare yourselves and discuss anything that you may.
So
this was
do you
our
think they'll
bombing
have...
run.
Yes. But will they have anything airborne, or will they have anything that can attack the castle from the ground? Will we need to be out defending ourselves, or will we just be able to chuck stones down and laugh our way through?
They did have those big flying things before.
I remember the dragon.
Oh, you mean...
attacked us the first time.
The dragon wasn't with the frost giants. That was cloud giants, I think, back in the day.
There's no reason it couldn't be here now.
All the giants seem a bit suspicious. No offense, Zephyros.
None taken.
Might be seagully bastards.
Ah, sexy seagulls, hey nubs. Smash. Nudges him.
A small speck
Yeah, the man who killed my brother.
hit on Nubs' head.
Sorry.
And wasn't there a flying ship or something? I know we had one. Wasn't there another one that attacked? No. Where's Roaring Horn from? Was it Neverwinter?
Yeah.
I swear there was another flying ship at some point.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
cloud giants again, though, we think. We probably should have
Well,
asked
anyway.
questions about that at some point.
Do cloud travel... Do other... Wait, are we fight? No, we're fighting frost giants now, not cloud giants, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
So...
It's the
Cloud...
same army you would have seen when you were at Raven Rock.
Ah, yeah, that one. Did anyone remember seeing
Ones
any
that
floating
took us out
things?
from the sky.
I say, hey Bard, you've got those spectacles of you. Can you recall exactly what you saw when we last saw the army?
That's a tremendously good idea. That might help us think about who shot us down when we were flying our gyrocopter. Abard will pull out the lenses of hindsight and have a bloody good think.
Abard, thinking back to the memory of Raven Rock, you remember garrisons upon garrisons of frost giants. A huge lumbering army. You remember most of them being foot soldiers. However, you do also remember seeing lines of what were most likely giant wolves, and if you remember, there were rangers who kind of came up not too far from you on the backs of giant wolves. But then thinking back to the conflict of which your gyrocopter bore, you remember a foul voice on the wind. That, no doubt, from a sorcerer or sorcerers of ice kind.
I didn't remember that. That voice on the wind sounding like a chicken.
No, your dog ate the chicken, from memory.
But we heard there was a foul voice on the wind.
Yeah.
Maybe that chicken is part of getting its revenge on us.
Can Sam roll an actual perception check to see if he understands your actual joke?
Please have him looking for a chicken.
Very good. I've got that now.
Oh my god, really?
I was too distracted by the shorping chat.
You are real life Abard.
Abard's a really good character to play because I can just not pay
Don't
attention.
have to play.
That's why I destroyed the book in that fucking dungeon with the lava. Sorry. Right, well, I suppose we might want to find a way of killing the spellcaster? That's probably going to give the old chap some Neverwinter into the hand if we can knock him out.
Should we do a sort of a recce flight and see if we can spot the sorceress, and then focus our obsidian rock bombardment on their heads?
Yeah, I could do air cover with my bow, right? I'll use my bow to cover the air.
I think we do need to use the element of surprise, though. If we go over and they see us, they might start preparing themselves, put their shields on their head. So I think maybe just save a little bunch of ones for if we see him. Maybe.
Well, I think the estimated guess is they'd be coming on the road, right? They can't travel through the rough country so easily.
They are quite big, these giants.
If we wanted a more targeted attack on a specific person within the army, you know.
You believe a sorcerer that took down a gyrocopter couldn't protect himself from some obsidian?
Yeah, that's a fair point as well.
I think we need to do a more morale victory. We need to take them by surprise, take out their best troops as they're coming through at the front, and scare the others into realizing that Neverwinter won't be such a rollover as they think.
Yeah.
Although we could save some in case we shock and awe.
Yeah, let's shock and awe these giants. It's a good plan. So are we just going to just sort of roll the obsidian off the back of the castle? Or have we like a way to accelerate it or something? Or...
Oh, even gravity will do that for you. Yeah, I reckon it should be fast enough by the time it gets down.
Yeah.
It keeps it nice and sharp. Obsidian is.
Nasty stuff.
I do think that we maybe need to have a few people pushing out the obsidian, a few people on guard, ready in case there is an attack from above or the side, or even below.
Yeah, I'd love to push the obsidian, but let's be honest, I'm not the guy for it, so I'll be on guard.
Yes, I would say that perhaps...
I know. Sorry,
I think Abard wants to speak.
Perhaps a horde of apes might be summoned so as to throw the obsidian with their strength.
My word, yes.
Yes.
And then we throw them afterwards.
You summon some apes. Ooh, and summon some apes. As many as you can.
You can do 8, can't you, or something like that?
He goes, as he summons the apes.
Might be even more level 9, I'm not sure. Who knows?
Yeah, you do that, yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have the blue Summonu there, my good friend Finnan?
The blue Summonu. Let me check my sheet.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I mean my shirt. Inside my shirt.
Let me check inside my shirt. Oh fuck, I forgot my password for Steam. God damn it.
So I can send it to you on
What is this blue Summonu you talk of, Nubs?
Well, it's a secret that Finnan told me that I'm revealing for you now. That Finnan won't mind that much, but it's a wand that summons just random bears. And I was just thinking you could just summon a few bears down there within the giants as well as a bit of a distraction, you know, cause a bit of chaos. You like that, don't you, Finnan?
Yeah,
a bit of chaos.
If someone dropped a bear on me, I'd certainly be thinking twice about attacking Neverwinter.
Love chaos.
I'm hoping you could summon them on the ground if you pointed it at the ground, but I don't really know how it works, so that's up for you to tell me.
Well, let me see. Give me 1 second. And he's just rummaging through his backpack violently. What have we got here?
What is going on here?
And then pulls out the blue Summonu. Yes, I have 1 charge left. But...
Oh, should we save it then? Maybe we should save it.
Maybe that would come in handy.
Yeah.
When the numbers aren't so stacked against this poor bear's life.
Yeah,
Essentially
he would just get
airdropping
squashed
into
immediately,
a
wouldn't he?
sea of giants. don't think
Yeah.
it would make that much of a difference, but
Then yes, no, you're right. I take it back. Another time.
With this, as you dilly-daddle around the Blue Summonoo, the orangutan's summoning, you hear in your neural network Zephyros say, "There they are." And looking out northerly, you see lines, square formations of towering giants moving southwards. Their formations are perfect, regimented. You see them divided into garrisons, different classes and divisions. Foot soldiers to the front, mounted, direwolves to the middle. About 3/4 in, you see one mammoth being ridden by a giant carrying a monstrous club. You have a moment to ready yourselves. So right now, we're going to move into a skill challenge. Your tower is not invincible. We will work through 5 rounds. Each round, you will be given, each of you, an intention, your appropriate skill check of your choice to meet that intention. The total of your rolls will contribute to the extent of the success, and vice versa. Any questions?
Excellent.
Got it? Yeah.
Can I cast a spell before we proceed?
Sure, I'll allow you all to give some one action of readiness.
Ooh.
one action of
Don't know
readiness.
Mordenkind's
Nice.
faithful watchdog.
Go for darkness around
no.
everyone.
Oh no.
Abard's going to cast Enhance Ability on Zephyros to give him advantage on, I want to say Intelligence or Wisdom, whatever he's using to fly the tower with. Those skill I will give him advantage on the next hour.
Yeah, perfect. With that, Zephyros is going to will announce to you all, "I will cast a shield upon this tower. I will
Bloody good
hopefully be glad if it can hold." And as he feels your impudence, he kind of nods in appreciation to the contribution to what that will give. "I will not be able to hold it forever. Do what you must do,
Sorry, dog was
but we must be quick.
barking outside.
Let us begin our run." Anyone else got any other readiness?
I'll just be, just watching the skies and with my bow in hand, ready for a quick shot already. So I don't know if that makes anything a bit easier. Maybe it's to get advantage on a quick roll or something.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow you to ready an attack.
Thank you.
In an effort to be helpful, Finnan is going to cast Enlarge on Zephyros.
Oh.
Already large in
Make
his
him-
tower, he expands to
In his match, even more
extraordinary
powerful.
size and looks rather cramped in this central floor of his navigation room. You hear him let out.
Does that mean the shield will be bigger?
Oh.
Ooh.
I think Artis is going to head down to. I don't really know the geometry of the tower, but kind of in my head, there's like a rear ramp type thing. Is that how the tower's constructed?
The cloud itself that it stands upon can be moulded and adapted with however it can be commanded by Zephyros. You've seen him form stairs from it before. The tower itself is just kind of like one large tower with a normal doorway at the base of it. Very much just like it's typical wizard's tower, just atop a cloud.
Okay, gotcha. Zephyros, where have you stored the obsidian you gathered for us?
He points out the window. I've lined it across the radius of this cloud.
There. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Guy's character whose name I forget. Could you just open little holes in the cloud and just drop it like that automatically?
Yes, at your command.
Alright, we'll just try and do some good calculations, velocity and, drop length and all that sort of thing. Continuously calculated interval projectile points. Yeah, it should be no problem. It's easy for an archer like me. I'll hold my hand up when I want you to drop something. How does that sound?
Yes.
In that case, the ooks are redundant. Perhaps we could throw them as well.
Never, says Finnan. The ooks will act as close proximity artillery support, and Finnan
They can also reload.
Order the ooks to gather piles of the smaller bits of obsidian near them.
Excellent.
Full sized and smaller.
Okay.
Plus they can move the stuff from the stash to a dropping position.
Exactly.
Medica will get on one knee, start praying. Talos, please accept these following sacrifices to you. Fuck it.
Ungli's going to prepare himself near the big pile to shift them.
It's annoying, the virtual dice was like halfway between 17 and 3.
Damn.
I call rigged.
With a 10 religion, I'd say even with the 10 Medica, you do see some darkening of the clouds. You don't know if this is down to the bad weather front that is naturally coming in from the skies, or from the seas. But you hope that there is some of your God's wrath amongst those clouds. Okay.
A quick friendly game. What height are we at compared to the people on the ground?
It's completely up to you and your command of Zephyros. At the moment, you're in cloud line. They wouldn't be looking for you.
Interesting. No, yeah, that's cool. I think that's good. Yeah, let's stick at that.
Okay.
And another quick check, actually, before we get going. We didn't have a long rest, did we?
Oh, we did.
I thought we did a while ago.
Ah, okay.
You'd have had one on your level up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Everyone good?
So,
Ready to roll.
So,
I'd ask you all to roll me initiative to just at least figure out some friendly way to go through all of your skill checks in order.
is this going to be bought if we can't click on our
We
tokens?
need our characters' tokens.
True, yeah. Let's just write it down.
Jesus Christ, Arthas.
That's fine. I can.
Hey,
You can write
Not
that.
bad, is it?
cool.
Nope.
Oh my god,
Just let me know
almost a
when
regular
everyone's rolled.
initiative.
Medic is rolling the 10s this session. He's advancing.
Oh,
It's like first 10 initiative in like, I would say a year almost. Like,
I love how
Can't
that's
remember
like
last
a good thing for you getting a 10. Like, whoa, big roll.
Top 50% of possible outcomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I mean, yeah, if your max is 19, pretty good.
Anyone between 15 and 20?
Yes. Nubs, Artis, Unger,
Can
Finnan.
you
Hey,
shout out your
Unger's 21.
initials?
Okay. Yeah, 21 and 28. They are not between 15 and 20. They are over
Oh,
20.
I thought it was like 15
Right,
up.
someone who's not retarded will answer that question. Nubs,
yes.
Shamash, Medica.
What was the question? I was
It's
not
alright.
listening.
Don't worry.
Wait.
It's alright. I got it. I figured it out. It's 10. Anyone below a 10?
Below 10.
I mean, Amar is.
Yes,
Say about
just
this.
Just Nabard.
Anyone
Just
below
Avard.
10? No. But yes.
No, but Avard, yes. No?
Yes.
You're looking shifty.
Right. We
Maybe.
have.
Me.
Everyone just bear in mind this. So we have Artis Kaimba, followed by Finnan, followed by Ungabungson, followed by Nubs Grimmek, followed by Shamash Venkin Garudon, followed by Medikit and Sarnas, followed by Abard Helmer. If you can just politely remind yourself who you follow, then just keep an eye on that.
Follow Nubs.
I'll still say it,
Exactly.
but just try
Up
and
on.
stay
Hello.
up to date.
Shama?
Okay. Right, we're moving to the skill check. Clouds at the base of yours peel away like smoke, revealing the shimmering white tide below, a frost giant host, clad in cracked ice and steel, trudging along the hardened road. Frost wolves at bay, a war mammoth stomps through the crushed pine forests, and Zephyros voice carries on the wind into your minds. Time to stir the storm. You're still hidden, yet to command Zephyros. Let's work through the skill check. What I'll say is, it'll allow us a minute at the start of every round to kind of command Zephyros in terms of altitude and speed. So amongst you,
Okay.
kind of decide on what you want to command Zephyros.
I think we want to stay high and fast for now. We want that element of surprise, right? And the higher they are, the more terminal
Yeah.
velocity of the obsidian.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, I agree.
we're agreed
Yeah.
that just terminal velocity is the best approach. We don't want to get low down at all.
Well, we're so high up.
Not for
I
this
think,
run. Like, you know, if we lose all things, we might do some runs where we could say drop some, I don't know, fireballs on them if we go down to 150 yards. But for now, let's just do like drop the obsidian, see if we want to do any passing swoops later, depending on how dangerous they are.
Anyone see big man on Mammoth? Maybe we try get him looking.
Yeah, maybe we should focus on him, Unger, if we see him.
Yeah, him and the wargs. For the soldiers, we can leave, but I think the wargs and the basically it's whatever. It will be hard for the people that winter, never winter to deal with. So big guy and wargs.
Okay.
Yes.
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 Right.
Yes.
Artis Climber,
Yes.
kick us off.
Okay, so Artis is going to, in a sort of like a military jog, sort of jog up to the front centre of the castle, whichever direction we're facing. He's going to sort of put one finger on his ear and say, Zephyros, can you hear me? Over.
I'm loud and clear, my friend.
Keep us high, Zephyros. Keep us in the clouds. I'm going to see if I can see anything, but and I will report back. But otherwise, keep us heading straight. And yeah, that's about it, I think. And Us is going to hop up and sort of just lean over, and I guess with his turn, he's just going to observe what we can see through the cloud cover, and whether or not I can make out maybe the bigger figure of the mammoth or anything like this.
Okay. Roll me whatever skill check you would like to make that with. I would imagine either perception.
Perception?
Or perception. Yeah. Everyone has to do this in RP, by the way. Very much like that. That was good. Thank you. 19. below you, you start to get a good understanding of the formations and the ranks upon ranks. You start to understand that it is split into 3 different tiers. You have the foot soldiers that carry on for a large while. There are siege weapons amongst these foot soldier ranks. Some of them carry rams, but you also see some towers at the rear end of them. These are the ones that are designed to siege and break those walls through sheer number. The next are the mounted soldiers, those that will then start to pair around the walls, ready or even preparing themselves for an onslaught later on. Towards the back, you see what seems to be a line of mages. Before then, behind them, a single mammoth carrying the largest of giants, and behind them another rank of what look to be heavily armoured foot soldiers, like a guard.
Okay.
Finn embrace.
Artist putting his finger to his ear again. Can everybody hear me, or is it just Sephiroth? Hello, hello.
You can all hear each other. So
It's a neural
can
network.
hear you,
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Artist has gone into sort of like quite a military mode for some reason. No military experience, no military background, but I think the excitement of the operation has got to him a little bit. So he's sort of, he's full like military, and he goes, okay, so I can see them. There's the ranks of the foot soldiers, but there are some siege weapons there. Over. We might want to target those siege weapons. Actually, that might be quite good. But if we focus our fire at the back, there is the giant, heavily armored foot soldiers. I think that's where we should do it. So I think for now, Sephiroth, maintain course. That's his time.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, next turn.
We move to Finn Bracefoot.
Finnan holds a finger up to his temple. Zeph, do you know the name of the frost giant? Big dog, the king.
He is no king. He is a chief of the frost giants, Jarl Storvald.
Yeah, chief. Young Storvald, you say?
Jarl Storvald. He is not
Jarl
young.
Storvald. Is he old?
He is an aging war chieftain.
Jarl Storvald. Excellent. Finnan is going to cast Skywrite. It's going to say Jarl Storvald, small PP. In the sky around the castle.
In common or in giant?
Zeph, how would you say Jarl Storvald, small PP in giant?
It takes a small while to translate as he kind of gets confused as to what a PP is.
What is PP?
Roll me
We have no such word.
an are you going with maybe an intimidation on this one, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Or
You son of a
actually,
bitch, I'm in.
no. They're actually right. I'm going to roll a deception because I want to deceive his entire army host that he does in fact have a small PP,
Okay.
and they're going to lose respect for him as a leader.
Okay.
Yeah, less likely to follow him. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it!
No. That's when you need to use the advantage.
I imagine as Finnan kind of starts to lose concentration through his undiagnosed ADHD, listening to Zephyros, rather than even writing it, he just starts to draw a massive penis in the sky. It actually gives off the wrong impression.
Perfect.
But Jarl Storvald actually has a gargantuan penis, bigger than any cloud. No time.
Damn it!
It's a sign from the gods. The storm
You hear
gods
the rallying
themselves.
cries of the troops down the
You hear the chants, the army songs below. The marching songs increase to 11. Okay, we have Unger Bunsen up next, followed by Nacho.
Unger Bunsen positioned next to the stockpile of big, larger obsidian rocks. He's just going to look at Artis and say, "So we throw now, or later? When throw?"
I think check with our Captain Zephyros. I think he can release them himself.
So I'm going to throw nothing.
I'll give the signal.
You can certainly give it an extra push if you would like, my friend.
Yes.
Oh, you could swear there's monkeys there.
You just hear a
Monkey.
joint like conglomeration of.
Monkey is friend. Monkey not enemy.
Yes.
Unger then is going to charge his biceps like Henry Cavill does in Mission Impossible. Again, he's ready to throw rocks.
Reloading.
Yeah, just readying himself.
Okay, give me a check.
Strength with which he flexes his biceps. That didn't roll. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
15. Okay, that's going right. You're up. Followed by Shash.
Nubs is going to try and engage a good drop point. So what he's doing is he's looking down and using his knowledge of bows and arrows and projectiles, he's going to try and calculate a release point because it's going to be obviously not straight above them, rather it'll be in front of them because the velocity of the castle and stuff. So he's going to do all this like maths in his head and try and get a good release point. So shall I roll maybe a perception or a survival or something like that? What do you think? Or investigation maybe? Maybe that works actually.
Whatever you prefer. I'm happy to be led by you.
Let's say an investigation, because that's what I'm sort of doing. Hooray, a 10! Okay, well.
Nubs, as you kind of see Younger Bunsen out the corner of your eye getting ready to pump himself up to push this boulder down with extreme force, looking down, you start to realise you're extremely high to land any sort of precise manoeuvre from up at this height.
Nubs holds his temples. We're going to have to get lower. We're too high for a drop zone. The launch parameters aren't ideal.
But if we go down now, we will reveal ourselves.
Hold on a minute. Let me think. Shut up, everyone. Let me think. Okay, we can go down just before we drop. I'll give you the signal for down, and then we'll drop when we get close.
Very well. We move to Shamash Frankie Gabardon, followed by Medica and Salas.
Zephyros, my friend, who would you say we're over right now of this army? Can you see from there, or shall I look myself?
I am merely
I'm assuming we
out of my window. I cannot see below me.
Okay, so Shamash will, given we've run through 4 people and we're moving at quite a speed, check to see who we're now currently over. Using his, I guess, perception to look down at the army, seeing which section of it we're over.
Yeah, okay.
So, perception?
Yes.
20. Unnatural 20.
You're at good pace where you are just coming onto the army. So no matter what comes down from the castle, it's probably going to hit something. It's just the precision that potentially lacks.
Zephyros, what height are we now?
Not working.
We are around 8,000 feet up.
Yeah. We're too high, we need to drop down. 8,000 feet is incredibly high.
Low cloud, sorry. I'm just looking at AI overviews for
That'd be
hours
like-
out there. 2,000 meters. So it's around.
That's like 8,000 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about like 6,500 feet.
Yeah.
Still really high.
Zephyros, release a few shards to warn the army. Not the army. A few shards.
All of
Let them
them?
know we're coming. No, a few. A few nubs. A few shards as we start to descend.
Why do we want to warn them?
Well, not warn them.
We don't want to warn them.
Okay. But I mean, just to
hit them.
start the attack, to confuse them.
Oh. Just hit them. We're above them.
But if we don't go soon, then we'll be too far. We need to go down and we need to start hitting them.
We can release now and go down.
Yes.
Sorry for not
Release
taking my
some now.
turn, but I feel like I need to talk. Okay, sorry.
Okay, friend.
Supplies, and then we will go down on our next attack. Very well. Medical Samus.
Whilst everybody else is so looking down, Medica is still looking up in the clouds and trying to determine the pattern of the cloud movement to try to see if there's any potential for inciting a storm to become more powerful.
Roll me
I would say probably
nature or religion, depending on whether you're doing this through the force of your god or through the force of nature. Or survival.
yeah.
Or if something
Survival.
else, if you.
Survival is better. Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking about like nature because it feels more natural at this point, to even though it's shite. Okay. 10. Very average.
The rain came with you when you left Neverwinter, and you see a larger front coming in from the west. Who knows how long it will take for it to land on the coast. But you know it's not far off.
Take a mental note of every single storm front or potential storm front coming in and use it next time.
Okay. Abad Helmer.
Abard is going to run around the tower leading the Ooks in like a rip-roaring calisthenics session to get them nicely warmed up, limbered up. They're all stretched, they're all ready. No one's going to get any injuries from all the lifting they're going to be doing. They are worked into an absolute lather, ready to go, and we're going to have safe fun today. Oh, running out of ethics. 25.
Splendid.
The Ooks are raring to go. And I imagine Finnan is getting extremely excited at the sight. With this, the Ooks will gain any advantage on their next movement. Whatever they are commanded to do, they are ready, willing. And with your leadership, Abard, they would follow you as well as Finnan.
Sensational.
Okay. Finish the round with an average of 50. As you all scrabble round the top layer of this cloud, the Bombay doors open from the cloud, and you see Unka push the first obsidian stone downwards. It seems to take an age as you watch this large, spiraling boulder maintain this extreme velocity that it even starts to overtake the cloud that you're riding on. And you start to see it as you then start to overtake it, and looking behind you, you see it like a bowling ball smash through the first rows of the frost giants below. And you hear, even from this height, a pained moan erupt from the army below. A ripple of these blue-white bodies start to fall through as you start to see them tumble, and then you see the whole garrison start to come to this kind of slow stop, and you see spears rising, swords being raised, and you start to see shamans lift staves of carved glacier bone start to begin uttering nuances up into the sky. At this stage, you're still at the level where they don't know what they're looking at, but you know that they are looking for something. We move into the next round. Artis, go.
Okay. So Artis, seeing this successful first boulder, gets very excited. Sort of quick step military march again, sort of goes over to where Nubs is. Nubs, I think maybe if you're trying to guide Zephyros, I'm not too shabby with my crossbow myself, maybe I can help you. And Artis is going to try and help when it comes to Nubs' guidance of Zephyros. He's just trying to help the calculations and the ballistics that Nubs will do.
Okay.
I might roll just a raw dexterity check for that, if that's okay.
Sure. 4, love it. Nice one. Okay, move to Finn Brace.
Just before that, Artis pats Nubs on the back and says, always best on the double, Nubs? Artis, not understanding military phrases at all, gets it completely wrong in context.
But the constantly calculated impact points is what. But yes, okay.
Don't forget your.
Imagine both Nubs and Artis now leaning over the front of the northern edge of the cloud, starting to gain good vantage point and starting to be able to be the point of being able to barking orders to the rest through the neural network. Finn and Bracefoot.
Finn and Bracefoot, upon seeing the Ooks getting limbered and ready to go, he's going to attempt to add to the hype train. He's going to start beating his chest, go ooh, 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 and try and hype pull the Ooks up to get them even more ready for battle, using performance. Oh no.
Tell me how
performance
your
falls flat, I think. Is Andy staying still or is he frozen? Okay, there we go.
Being free.
Oh, a little bit of movement.
Or a bit laggy.
Oh, am I lagging for everyone?
Oh no, it's turned into Gordon Freeman from Half-Life 1. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back.
Oh, you're back
Okay.
now.
I can restart if needs be.
Oh, this is very slow.
This,
Yeah, something might need to be done.